Evidence that spring is arriving earlier each year in Europe. A comprehensive scientific study has found, on average, the season is starting between 6 and 8 days sooner than it did 30 years ago. Researchers from 17 countries examined more than 125,000 records of different European plants. Our environment correspondent Sarah Mukherjee reports from the Royal Botanical Gardens in Kew in West London.
The reawakening of wildlife in springtime is one of the natural wonders of the world. But the authors of today's report say nature's alarm clock is being set earlier each year, and global warming is to blame. For some time, gardeners and farmers have said they've noticed how the seasons are changing. But for years, sceptics have dismissed this as anecdotal. Now scientists across Europe say the evidence cannot be denied.
There have been previous studies, and they've tended to be based on perhaps 600, perhaps 1,000 pieces of information, and across the world. What we've done here is to look at over 125,000 pieces of information right from across Europe, and we haven't made any selection on the information that we've used. I'm extremely confident that they show a very clear picture towards an early spring right across the board.
Here at Kew, staff say they've already noticed the change the moving seasons are making to their plants and flowers, and they're having to adjust their plans accordingly.
We certainly have noticed over the last few years that spring is arriving earlier, and we've also noticed that autumn is getting later and later, so the actual growing season is extended. And we see that particularly with bulbs, with the flower burst of bulbs.
Conservationists say although plants and animals have had to adapt to a changing planet over millions of years, it's the pace of recent change that worries them. The relationship between plants, animals and insects is breaking down, and some species, they say, may not survive.